Peace. Good morning, and welcome to Dictation. So, last night I was in a conversation talking about the President of the United States. For those of you who living under a rock or just came back from Earth's orbit or was vacationing on Jupiter, maybe had a little, spent the summer in one of Saturn's rings, you may not know, but let me inform you that Donald J. Trump is the President of the United States of America. Wow. Now, I like Trump because I don't hate him. He hasn't given me a reason to hate him. People say he's a racist. Based on my definition of racism and the racism that I experienced as a little boy, Donald Trump does not qualify as a racist. There was a man who, when I was 12 years old, he had one arm. He was a Vietnam veteran, but he would call us niggers and pull guns on us when we were like in middle school. I was like 12, 13 years old. So until Donald Trump pulls a gun on me, pulls a gun on a child, he calls a child a nigger, he doesn't qualify as a racist. So, until he does that, I gotta go with the Muhammad Ali defense of ain't no Viet Cong ever called me nigger. Ain't no billionaire ever called me nigger. So I'll just leave it at that. And that's why I like Donald Trump. Not because he hasn't called me nigger, but because over the past 30-something years, he has entertained me. Kind of like Jim Carrey, who never pulled a gun on me, never called me nigger. You know what I'm saying? But nobody's accusing Jim Carrey of being a racist. Not that he's done anything, and not that Donald Trump has done anything, but they both haven't satisfied my requirement for a white man being called racist. Hence, using the N-word, and I don't like saying using nigger, and pulling a gun on people. You know what I'm saying? That qualifies as racist to me. I mean, unless you're black. Because, black people pull guns on black people all the time, and black people call black people niggers all the time. But that's not racist. So anyway, we were talking about Donald Trump, the President of the United States of America. It's amazing that just to say that, I get a little giggle, I get a little kick out of that every day. But he's been fucking up. Or let me rephrase it. He's becoming unpopular. He hasn't been as presidential as folks feel he should be. But he's not a politician. And this is one of the things that Hillary Clinton made sure that we all understood was Donald Trump's lack of experience. He's a businessman. He's used to being able to call shots and run shit and get results based on what he knows how to do. He didn't have to deal with Congress and the Supreme Court in deciding what building to build or how many bulldozers to put at a job site and things of that nature. So I don't hold him to the same criteria that I do regular motherfuckers. But yes, he is the president. I don't agree with what he's been saying as of late, calling motherfuckers sons of bitches. I would have to say that he is the Don Imus of 2017. I'm referring to Don Imus's calling of the Rutgers basketball team nappy-headed hoes and jigaboos. The funny thing about it is, people get all emotional, but I like to use my intellect and look at it from a different perspective. I look at it subjectively to where when Don Imus called those girls nappy-headed hoes, were they in fact nappy-headed hoes? Well, what is a hoe? A hoe is a slang term for whore, which means prostitute, but how we use it colloquially and nowadays, it's just a woman who is promiscuous. But it's a woman who's promiscuous. Because if it was just a human being who was promiscuous, there wouldn't be a term man-hoe or man-whore. It would just be whore across the board. So we look at it as to be a promiscuous woman. Nappy-headed, well, it's kind of the hair more consistently known from growing out of the scalps of black people, African Americans, Jamaicans, you know what I'm saying? You know, nappy, curly, tightly curled hair, you know what I'm saying? So unless they got their hair straightened, they're nappy-headed. And unless they're virgins, they're hoes. So Don Imus was not incorrect by calling them nappy-headed hoes. It just wasn't the time and the place, and it was inappropriate. But was he accurate? Well, you'd have to know those girls individually and their personal lives and their sex history in order to make that application. But since we don't, you know what I'm saying, we'll just say Don Imus was wrong. Now, Donald Trump calling the mothers of athletes' sons of bitches? Well, let's look at it objectively. They are sons. And what is a bitch? Well, bitch is a term that we use towards women again. You know what I'm saying? But we don't call men male bitches. Kevin Hart calls male bitches bitches. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's kind of corny. But he's a comedian. He's entitled to that piece of corn. But you know, it's a derogatory term used to refer to women, and it usually happens when the woman in question pisses somebody off, whether she pisses off a man or if she pisses off another woman. They might call her a bitch. So I ask you, did these NFL players or these athletes, did their mothers ever do anything to piss somebody off where they would be called a bitch? It's subjective. Because then my next question would be, well, did the person who called her a bitch just not like her, or were her actions in line with what other humans would call another human a bitch for? And if that's the case, then we have Donald Trump not wrong, just inappropriate. Because they would, in fact, be sons of bitches. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how many times you see a girl, you know what I'm saying, who is so entitled into her own thing that she just totally ignores the fact that there are other human beings on the planet. To where I'm walking on a sidewalk, and you can see the sidewalk is pretty wide. You know, 3 people can walk, maybe brush shoulders, but 3 people can walk safely down this piece of concrete. You know what I'm saying? But what happens is, you know, when a woman is walking towards, they usually walk in the middle because they own everything, they're entitled. They don't walk to the side. I walk to the right so that if somebody walking behind me wants to walk faster, they can go ahead and pass. And if somebody coming towards me wants to get past, they don't have to brush my shoulder. So that's what I do. But women don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And when they do that, they expect me as a man to move out of their way. And I wonder, well, why should I move out of your way? Like, who do you think you are to me where I should yield and move to the side for you? You're not my woman. You know, you're not the woman that I, you know, go half on rent with, or, you know, buy groceries for, or who birthed my children. So you mean nothing to me. Why should I give you the right of way? Or why should I yield to you a piece of this sidewalk? You know, when this is just 2 humans who have nothing to do with each other, you know what I'm saying, walking. Good morning. And so it's like, that's what they do. They, you know, for the most part, so I would call them bitches. Not to their face, you know what I'm saying, but just, you know, period. Because that's a bitch move. Even if a dude did it, it'll be a bitch move. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, if you got a a chick who does some things like that, you know what I'm saying? Does she stop being a bitch because she's a mother? No, that's not the case. See what I'm saying? So, that's what we got to deal with as men in the United States is bitches. Is it right to refer to them as bitches? I guess it would be, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? However I do it, you know what I'm saying? When I see bitch behavior, I say it's bitch behavior, and I consider those human beings bitches, no matter their gender. You know what I'm saying? So, but do I disagree? Was it appropriate? It was inappropriate. He should not have done that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, there's only been, 2 or 3 presidents that have been able to tweet at all, so, but at the same time, they are trying to build that wall in San Diego. Wow. And it's like, of course, yeah, oh, he's bad, he's evil, he's building a wall. There's already fences and barriers down there. But I guess if you're not from that area, you wouldn't know that. I guess if you've never watched the TV show Weeds, you wouldn't know that. But, it is what it is. But if anybody knows me, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You know my belief in how I feel this government runs. It doesn't matter. The Democratic nomination was done. Barack Obama, he got it. He won. He had his 8 years. Hillary tried, and she lost to Donald J. Trump. Why? Because in the United States, we don't elect presidents by the popular vote. We use the Electoral College. How long have we been using the Electoral College? I don't know, but we've been using the Electoral College longer than I've been able to vote. So I can't get mad at a man who knew the rules, played by the rules, and won according to the rules. And people are mad because, oh my God, he's not popular, we don't like him. And no, you don't like him, but he played by the rules. She didn't play by the rules. I'm not saying she cheated, but she could have known the rules. Oh no, she didn't know the rules. But she could have campaigned in those states. She could have campaigned in those 3 electoral votes, 6 electoral vote states. But no, she wanted them big electoral vote states like California, New York. You know what I'm saying? She wanted them big numbers. You know what I'm saying? Because she was short-term goal-oriented, not long-term goal-oriented. She didn't play the long game. She didn't run the ball. She just threw 55-yard bombs, 20-yard bombs. You know what I'm saying? She didn't throw no nicks, no hitch routes, no curls. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so Donald J. Trump is the president of the United States. Watch him do 8 years. And if anybody doesn't like what I have to say, you can open your mouth and let me know how to dictate. But before you do that, remember, let's have a better day today than we did yesterday. And have that greater tomorrow.